Halls of Horror is a multiplayer exploration game designed for 1 to 4 players and published by Draw Distance, who also created the popular video game Serial Cleaner. Heavily influenced by a variety of different horror films, Halls of Horror takes movies like The Cube, Saw, and Friday the 13th, throws them all in a blender and hits puree. Your character wakes up in a maze of deadly rooms with one simple goal: escape. To do this, all you need to do is find 2 keys in the exit. Sounds pretty easy, right? Well, you'd be wrong. You have to contend with the maniacal master of ceremonies who's watching your every move, a deadly killer who's stalking you, and up to 3 other players that are all hoping that they're the ones that get out alive. Welcome to the Halls of Horror. The board is made up of 2 escape rooms and a random selection of room cards. You can either have the rooms 4x4 if you're playing with 2 to 3 characters, or 4x5 if you're using all 4. Each of the 4 characters have their own unique abilities you can utilize in the game, or you can remove all of those to level the playing field. Once your board is set up, the players will all start in starting rooms at separate corners of the board with the killer in the center. Each player will start with full health and 1 resolve token. At the beginning of each round, players will choose between 4 main actions. They can either move up, down, left, right, as well as search. All players will reveal their movements simultaneously, and then the movements are resolved in clockwise order, starting from the starting player. When a player moves into a new room, they turn the card over to see where they are. Each room is unique and can hold different threats and items. The items can either be helpful, like weapons and health packs, or harmful, like damage to your character or a panic card that can handicap you until it's removed. If a player decides to search a regular room, they will need to draw the amount of reward cards marked on the bottom left of that room. You can only receive rewards that are listed in that room, so you can discard the rest. Then you'll receive whatever reward is represented on the most cards. In case of a tie, you'll have to take the rewards that are furthest to the left. If you're not happy with that outcome, you can spend a resolve to draw 2 extra cards and discard any 1 card to help tip things in your favor. An item with no shape can be claimed anytime that room is searched. If a box surrounds it, it can only be claimed once. And if the claimed item has an octagon, that means the room is now exhausted and no more rewards can be claimed there. There are also puzzle rooms. These rooms lock behind you as you enter and require you to solve a puzzle before you can leave. You must draw the number of cards listed, but this time you're just looking for any pair. If you happen to move into a room with another player, you both have 2 options at the start of your next turn: attack or escape. Let's say that Ian chooses the escape card while Mia chooses the attack card. Ian rolls his dice, and anything that lands as a 4, 5, or 6 counts as a success. Mia, on the other hand, has no weapons, so only 5s and 6s are successes to her. If Mia has more successes than Ian, she deals the damage listed on the basic attack card and prevents his escape. For every damage received, Ian will also gain a resolve token. These can be used in combat as well as searching. When you spend resolve, you get to reroll as many dice as you want. Weapons can add damage and give you a greater chance of success. The knife and the axe weapons can be used each time you attack, but firearms like the pistol and shotgun require you to spend a bullet or shotgun shell in order to attack. These can be found when searching rooms or as a gift from the Master of Ceremony. Once each player finishes their turn, the first player of that round gets to draw a Master of Ceremony card. These cards can throw wrinkles into the game, like trading out searched rooms for new ones, locking rooms, or possibly giving gifts. The card will also contain a certain number of sickle icons. The first player will get to choose how to use these. They can either move the killer towards an opponent, enrage him to give him extra damage and dice when attacking, heal him, or reactivate him if he becomes stunned. If you manage to defeat the killer or another player in combat, you'll be able to search their bodies to find a key. After you've found 2 keys, you just need to find the escape room. Once you find that, it'll operate just like any other puzzle room, asking you to find a pair before escaping. Once a player is killed, they don't just sit around watching the other players. They take the role of the Master of Ceremony and get to control the killer. They will draw 2 Master of Ceremony cards and choose 1 to play. If multiple characters die, they'll take turns becoming the Master of Ceremony. And that continues until either all characters die or someone finally escapes. The game includes 54 room cards, 4 participant figures and sheets, a killer figure and sheet, 43 Master of Ceremony cards, 24 item cards, 21 reward cards, 20 action cards, 8 combat cards, 4 panic cards, a first player and MC card, 143 tokens and markers, and 22 dice. Easy to learn, replayable, and with a lot of unique mechanics, Halls of Horror seems to have a lot going for it. As a horror movie fan, I really enjoy the style and theme of the game. And although I wasn't able to try it out, the game will also come with a solo mode, which is pretty great. I also really appreciate how when a player dies, they don't have to just sit around and watch. They get to continue the game via the Master of Ceremony, and it gives them a chance to get some sweet revenge on the players that killed them. Draw Distance has already told me they have some pretty sweet stretch goals planned, from more minis to locations to possibly new game modes. And as an awesome gift, anyone who backs within the first 48 hours will receive an original soundtrack to the game from the same composer that did the Witcher video game. If you like what you've seen here, please check out Halls of Horror when it hits Kickstarter on May 15th. And if you like what we do here at Board Game Revolution, you might want to give our Patreon a look. If you sign up, not only will you help us deliver more great content, but you'll get extra entries in contests, some cool swag, and access to an exclusive Discord channel. Thanks for watching. My name's Tony, and I'll see you in my next video preview.